So like Gujarat, BJP looking at a generational shift when it comes down to Karnataka. But is Karnataka Gujarat? Will this gamble play off where the BJP is concerned? Let's take it to our panelists. Joining me in the studio, consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai, our ace political editor Polumi Saha joins me in the studio. Everything that is going on behind those closed doors where the BJP is concerned and its first list, she's going to give us the lowdown on that. Sanju Verma, spokesperson Bharatiya Janata Party, and Sanket Yanagi, spokesperson Congress. All four of them join us this evening, but I want to begin with you, Polumi. The list, or the first list, you're less than 30 days before Karnataka goes to poll, was to come out yesterday. So clearly all's not well in the BJP camp. When can we expect that list? And is the BJP actually confident of applying what was the Gujarat model of a generational shift to Karnataka?
Well, the BJP is definitely trying that because the BJP wants to, there's a lot at play over here in terms of the selection of candidates for these elections because there is obviously, the BJP does realize that there is an anti-incumbency wave on the ground, that the Congress is going to try and basically pound it on the subject of corruption. So anybody with any sort of corruption track record, they cannot have those candidates on their list. They cannot have anybody who is not guaranteeing a win. They have to get the caste equation right, and of course one of the things that we're hearing is it was the Prime Minister who was insisting that there should be candidates who are fresh faces. Give it not to sons of MLAs and MLCs, but give tickets more to party workers, fresh faces. So the BJP wants to in fact go to the people with a very clean slate of candidates saying, look, we've taken into account what you've told us from the ground, we've made the changes, and that is this is the list that we're bringing to you. But of course there are old war horses like Eshwarappa. We're not very happy with it. He, in fact, left from the CEC even before it was over. He left for Bengaluru, while, of course, there are leaders over here still deliberating on the issue, awaiting the return of the Home Minister from the Northeast as well, in order to finalize the first list so it can be at least put out at the moment. But, of course, they'll tell us that the last date for nomination is the 20th of April, so you can wait, and nominations only begin on the 13th of April. But clearly, as far as the BJP house is concerned, there's a lot which is happening in terms of deliberations, going back to the drawing board, taking the suggestions that the Prime Minister has made, going back, re-looking at the candidates. All of that is happening as we speak.
Will we see a list by this evening?
I mean, it's been suggested.
Only Mr. Amit Shah and the Prime Minister.
Yeah, it's too difficult to hazard a guess because we had anticipated that the first list would be out on Monday itself after the CEC happened on Sunday. That hasn't happened. Meetings have been happening yesterday. They've been happening today as well. We hope to see the first list, at least more than 150 is what Chief Minister Momai says. By this evening or
by this evening.
Tomorrow.
Rajdeep, I'm going to bring you in before we bring in our political guests as well. What's going on? To apply the same formula of a generational shift which was applied in Gujarat to Karnataka, do you think it really works? Because political topography of Karnataka very different than Gujarat.
I agree with you, Preeti. I think broadly one can say that Prime Minister Modi and Home Minister Amit Shah have generally followed a policy that in any election remove about 20 to 25% sitting MLAs. When it was first done, it led to disruption in Gujarat because you were virtually weeding away an entire generation. But over time, it worked very effectively because some of the anti-incumbency at the local level was curtailed. Now you're doing that in Karnataka, which is a tougher state for the BJP because it's more competitive.
Shettar has already said he's going to go it out alone.
Look, Shettar can go on his own, possibly a few others, barring Eshwarappa. I don't think there is any BJP leader who's tall enough to claim that I have a statewide appeal. I think the BJP has gone in for a gamble. They've bitten the bullet in the belief that if we don't effect a generational change now, then when will we do so? Local candidates do matter. Let's give tickets to newer faces, curb some of the local anti-incumbency that takes place. Look, the BJP doesn't do anything without a method. They've obviously got feedback from the ground that there is strong local anti-incumbency, that some of the COVID management by local MLAs was simply not good enough. There are charges of corruption against local MLAs. Remove them, replace them. Now this will lead to some element of angst, and in Karnataka those who don't get BJP tickets could go to the Congress or the JDS. It's a state with a large floating MLA population. But I think the BJP has a plan in place, and it gives them perhaps the opportunity to effect this change. Very quickly with Gujarat, comparison. Remember, Mr. Modi was from the RSS and was loaned to the BJP and virtually took over the party in Gujarat. BL Santosh, the organizing secretary from Karnataka, is virtually playing the same role. He is the one who's micromanaging and driving this Karnataka campaign, perhaps in the hope that he could be the Modi
Rajdeep,
of Karnataka.
before I bring in Sanju, I want to ask you a quick question. Do you think the BJP is at a cusp right now, especially the way things are positioned in Karnataka, that if this gamble doesn't pay off in Karnataka this time, it's okay, we'll see next election?
Absolutely. I think the BJP has decided that if the momentum, as some opinion polls say, is with the Congress, then so be it. But at least that gives us a chance to maybe effect these changes. If we had someone like Yediyurappa in power, it would have been impossible in a way to effect the changes.
But that's a brave move. That's a very brave political move as well.
A weakened Yediyurappa has given the BJP the space to try and impose or bring about, not impose, but bring about a generational change. It may work, it may not work, but I think the BJP is ready to take that gamble this time.